I have been on BookTube since December of 2019, and I still don't know what reading sprints are. I'm seeing them everywhere. What are reading sprints? And how is everybody doing live BookTube events all the time? I'm not sure if I'm lazy or clueless. I don't know. But I feel exhausted just looking at all of my subscriptions and who's doing sprints and who's doing live events and who's doing mid-month reviews, and I'm so low maintenance. Hi BookTube, it's Kim at Middle of the Book March. This is my bookish week for Saturday, June 19th. I'm filming this a little early, so by the time I post this, and by the time you're watching it, I'll be at a library book sale. Ha ha, suckers! No, just kidding. Yes, I'll be at a library book sale. There's a couple libraries in my area that have reopened, and the library sales are starting to slowly come back to life, and I've been able to go to a few of them, so it's a lot of fun. It's really fun and exciting for me, and can't wait to buy cheap books. Let's see, what am I doing? I finished 3 books last week. When I'm filming this, I'm almost done with one, and by the time you see this video, I will have finished it. So I finished 3 books officially. I can only really talk about one, unfortunately. The one that I can talk about, I'll do that first. I read the book Ace by Angela Chen, and the subtitle is What Asexuality Reveals About Desire, Society, and the Meaning of Sex. And I read this in honor of Pride Month. I saw a review video from Britt from Slanted Spines, and I think, yeah, I linked to that video in one of my previous videos, and I'll link it again below. She gave a great review of this book. This was so illuminating to me because I knew very little. I had very few facts about asexuality and the ace community. I was really, what's the word I'm looking for? Educated, I guess, is the best word to describe it, but I got so much information from this book. There were so many things that were clarified and so many things that I just didn't know, and every single page I flipped, it was just another aha moment. And she's a science journalist, but she wrote this book because she is an ace. And she wanted to kind of explore people in that community that didn't really have a very clear voice and were often not misdiagnosed, but misunderstood, and often thought of as deficient or dysfunctional. And the entire point of this book is to point out that people can be who they are, and this is not a dysfunction, and this is not a lack of something. This is just somebody's sexuality, and it's an orientation, and it's on the LGBTQIA+ spectrum, just like any other sexuality is. And she wants to normalize this asexuality because, like I said, there are so many myths surrounding it and so many misguided attitudes and opinions, quite a bit of hostility, and just wrong information or intolerant, prejudiced people lacking information. So this was a great book and a great way to read up and do my own research and learn. The only critique I had is there were times it got a little bit repetitive. It's not that long of a book, but she does offer quite a bit of her own experiences and her own opinions. And some of those opinions kind of follow the theme through each of the chapters, whether each chapter relates to that or not. So that was my only critique, but the rest of the book was very good. I really am glad I read it. I was enjoying the book very much, and again, the only reason that it was a slow read for me was because I was highlighting everything along the way. And the other two books I finished, I can kind of give you some hints, but both of these I finished for book clubs. And the first one is Dorothy Allison's Bastard Out of Carolina. This is a reread for me, and I read this for the Barter Hordes Backlist Book Club. If you're on Goodreads and you're one of my Goodreads friends, I already gave it a 5-star review, but I don't write reviews on Goodreads anymore because of my BookTube channel. This is exceptional. It is so brutal and painful to read, I have to say that. The ending is gruesome and harrowing and just heartbreaking. So if you're a sensitive reader, there's all kinds of content warnings in this book. But again, this is Dorothy Allison's first novel, and it's autofiction. She wrote this based on her own upbringing and her own life. She is also a lesbian activist, and so it's also in honor of Pride Month. It's a really good fit. So this is about Bone Cartwright. Nope, Bone Boatwright, not Cartwright. What show was that on? Somebody tell me which show the Cartwrights were on. Big Valley or something like that? Yeah. So no, Bone Boatwright, and Bone is her nickname. They live in Greenville County, South Carolina. Part of the narrative centers around the closeness that this family has and the fact that no matter what they've gone through, whether it's poverty, abandonment, abuse, neglect, all of it, addiction, jail, there's everything imaginable that a family can go through. This family has done it and gone through it. But ultimately, it's the connections that they have to each other, as dysfunctional as they may be. But it also speaks to, the strength of family ties and the strength of shared experiences. I think that might be all I need to say. I might not have to bring this back for a review at the end of next week, but it's an exceptional book. Again, if you're a sensitive reader, you may not like this novel. It's a lot. It's a lot. And so just a warning for that. The other one that I will have finished that I can't say too much about yet is Fiona Davis's The Lions of Fifth Avenue. And I'm reading this for my In Real Life book club with the Critical Chicks. And so we don't meet until the 25th. And I can't say anything about it. I might bring it back. I might talk about it next week. We'll see. The things I will say is Fiona Davis is a writer of historical fiction, and she writes her novels based on New York City, and typically it's an historical building or an historical event, and she writes a novel around that. This novel is about the New York City Public Library. It goes between 1913 and 1993, or the early 20th century and later years in the 20th century. And there are family connections, family drama, family secrets, criminal behavior. And what I didn't expect was there's a mystery. This is a family mystery, and I don't know why I was not aware of that. But it is, and it's been a really fun read so far. So that's all I'm going to say. I hope any of the Critical Chicks that are watching, you know who you are. Don't watch too far. I don't think I gave any spoilers. There's not much I haven't said anything that I think would spoil it. This is the Lyons family in 1913, and we eventually learn what kind of legacy they leave for following generations. So far, so good. That is it for what I finished. What am I currently reading? I'm still reading Barack Obama's A Promised Land. I have been listening to these dang CDs for the last 3 weeks, and I think I'm not even halfway through the book. This is for the BookTube Prize. This is my hardcover copy, and I just went through today and I tried to find the corresponding hard chapter that I'm on. And I think I'm on page 295 of a 701-page hardcover. So I'm hoping that the library will let me keep my old school CDs. On my Kindle, I'm reading All Boys Aren't Blue by George M. Johnson. This is billed as a YA memoir. And George M. Johnson is a Black queer activist and author. And this is kind of his activist memoir essay collection. So I just started reading that on my Kindle. Don't have a lot of information on that yet. And yes, I am still reading Red Comet by Heather Clark, The Short Life and Blazing Art of Sylvia Plath. And I'm going to extend that one. Again, another BookTube Prize nonfiction selection. That'll extend into July. So that's what I've got going on so far. Seriously, in my introduction about reading sprints and live shows, I don't know what everybody else is doing that they have the energy to do that. I am overwhelmed just looking at all of those videos coming into my subscription feed. And I'm like, I can't, I don't know. Maybe I'm just too old and the reading sprints are for younger booktubers. I don't know. I hope that doesn't insult anybody, but I honestly don't know how you're doing it. I'm impressed, and I'm just too tired to take part, and I'm too tired, and I don't have any free time to even get involved in stuff like that. I see so many booktubers that are doing mid-month book bash, and I don't know. Doris and Heidi do a lot of those videos. Doris from All D Books and Heidi from My Reading Life. I see a lot of reading vlogs, and not a typical vlog of a weekend. Heidi has some of the best vlogs on YouTube with her nature clips and the music that she attaches to those. The surroundings that she lives in they're gorgeous. Karen Evans, too, is an awesome vlogger for setting all of the nature and just the day trips and the weekend trips. It's just gorgeous footage, so I love it. And I'm actually kind of missing that for myself, because now that it's sunny, we're going to probably do more outside trips and go to the beach more often, in the park and whatever. And I did a few of those last year. And I really enjoyed them. So hopefully I'll get to do some more of those. Send you some more food pictures and more food footage. Everybody loves to see that, right? On everybody's Facebook feeds and Instagram feeds. Everybody's showing you pictures of food. Again, another thing, it's like, oh, I can't see anymore because my mouth is watering. And, oh gosh, there's a couple of Instagrammers who post a lot of pictures of desserts, and it drives me insane because my mouth waters. I am a sugaraholic, and I have a massive sweet tooth, so every time I see those pictures, I just go crazy. What else? 8th grade is almost over. 2 more days of remote 8th grade. I cannot wait. I can't wait to not have to wake up a grumpy, groggy teenager in the morning, and I can't wait to not have to supervise homework. I have all the time at the end of the day to read my books. Right, Clara? Huh? She's not paying attention to me. Good thing. I was talking about you, so I was going to ask you if you were paying attention. No. Okay, no, she's not paying attention. You're supposed to. So that's it for me for this week. Let me know what you think of any of the books I presented, or if you've read any of them, if you're reading them right now. I'm not going to say anything more about any of the BookTube Prize books, and I might not even bother putting them into any more videos. You know that I'm reading them. I've held them up about half a dozen times. Not going to bother. I cannot wait, and if I find books tomorrow at the library sale, I will show them to you in my next My Bookish Week video, and I really hope I find a bunch of stuff. This particular library I'm going to, everything is 50 cents, unless there's a specially marked book, special book, hardcover, whatever. I keep talking with my hands. 50 cents for everything, so I hope I'm able to show you a big stack of books. That's it for me. Write a comment down below. I would love it if you did that. I love interacting with you guys, and thanks for watching the video. Bye.